What's up, guys? It's Phoebe. I'm here today at Hollywood Studios for a solo park day, which I have not had in weeks. I cannot remember the last solo park day I had. But I came to Hollywood Studios because I wanted to get lunch and go to Galaxy's Edge. Those are the only two things that are on the agenda today, hoping to see some characters. I thought of maybe getting a drink too, either the black half cold brew or the green milk or the blue milk. Maybe we'll do the milk. I haven't had it in a minute. I think the last time I had the milk was with Meg on May the 4th after our 24-hour Star Wars marathon. But I have like 4 hours here. It's not very crowded right now, and the weather is actually very nice, so I'm excited. But with that being said, let's go ahead and I have no idea where I'm eating yet. I think we're just gonna play it by ear. So with that being said, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's head towards Galaxy's Edge. The crowds are very manageable today, which is lovely because I think spring break just ended, like 2 days ago, I believe. So crowds are starting to mellow out. I am heading into the shop to see if they have something. Okay, they don't have it right now. Usually right over here you can find blue raspberry tears. They're sadness from Inside Out, and they are the most delicious candy I've ever had. It's a blue raspberry, sugary crusted marshmallow gummy. So if you ever see it, please treat yourself. The gummy pizzas are my second favorites. They're just strawberry. It's all the same flavor. But ever since I found those blue raspberry tears of sadness, that's what I have to get every time. But I haven't been able to find them lately, which is so devastating. So I am thinking for food. I think I could do some tacos right now. I like ABC Commissary as well. You know what? I have to do it. With Revenge of the Sith returning to theaters, it's time to go meet Darth Vader. I can't believe I haven't already. So it's not like this should have happened years ago, if we're all being completely honest with each other. But it's time, because usually when I'm going, it's so late at night, I forget that it's closed. Because Launch Bay closes at like 6 p.m. every day. For reference as to where this is, because it is tucked away a little bit, the Little Mermaid show, which is returning May 27th, along with the Villain show opening on the 27th, we'll talk more about that in a little bit, is right over here. This is the Disney Junior sing-along, and then straight ahead is the Frozen sing-along. So here are the wait times. Not bad at all. Encountering Darth Vader, meeting Chewbacca, meeting BB-8. I'm assuming it's called Encounter because Darth Vader doesn't want to meet any of us, except for me. I need to come back here more often, simply for this portrait they have. It's beautiful. I'm so sad that it's tucked away somewhere where a lot of people will never enjoy it. So we have all movies 1 through 6 here represented. It's just so good. Baby Anakin, Queen Amidala, my fave besides Anakin, and then you kind of move from 1, 2, 3 in the center right here with the best thing ever. I cannot wait to see that in theaters again. And then moving on to 4, 5. And I mean, 6 is... Okay, yes, I was wondering if episode 6 was represented in this, but it is because we have Wicket, the Ewok, down here. Let me help you all. There you go. Once you walk in, all of the meet and greets are to the right. However, to the left over here, they've got a ton of beautiful artwork. It's like Festival of the Arts, the Morocco booth, but all year round. So they've got different styles for all of them too. I love this. We get some Rebels representation. Lothal Rebels. I am rewatching Rebels right now because it's been a while since I've seen it. And it's just so good. I really appreciate the writing on this show. And I love Ezra. And I think my favorite character development in the whole show, though, is Kanan's. He's so great, and I just love how they wrote him and developed him throughout the show. So we've got some Attack of the Clones art, prequel representation. I do like this style a lot as well. Man, I haven't looked at these in so long. This is so bad of me. I'm glad we're all experiencing this together. Ooh, Revenge of the Sith, General Grievous. I was more afraid of him in the Clone Wars. And, you know, he had so much going for him with the part human, android, like having to reattach his body parts, his creepy lair that you could see in the Clone Wars. General Grievous is one where I just would have liked to see him be freakier. Wow. Darth Vader. Love him. Captain Phasma. That's actually a really sick piece of art. Return of the Jedi. Are these just all the, yeah. We've got all of the movie posters over here. I have to say, this is probably the movie poster when it comes to Star Wars for A New Hope. It's that one is so good. But I love her. Returning to theaters so soon. Episode 2, and then we've got episode 1. I'm ranking all 9 movies. Number 1 for me, obviously, Revenge of the Sith. Number 2 is actually going to be Return of the Jedi. And then number 3 is going to be Attack of the Clones. Number 4 is Empire Strikes Back. Number 5 is Phantom Menace. Number 6 is A New Hope. And then the new 3, the sequels, unfortunately, are going to take place of my 7, 8, and 9. And they're actually going to be in that order. Number 7 being number 7, number 8 being number 8, number 9 being number 9. So, in case you were all dying to know. Dagobah, I love Dagobah. They touch a little more about it in the Clone Wars, which I really like. Dagobah had one of the few virginces in the Force that we get to witness in canon, in the movies and in the TV series. And I just wish they went more into depth about virginces. They're so interesting. They're usually centered around a place or a planet, but obviously Anakin was a virgin, so it was centered around a person. We got to witness a virgins in episode 5 when Yoda is training Luke, and he goes into the same virgins that Yoda actually went into in the Clone Wars. Love that. Jakku from The Force Awakens. Jakku is a lot like Tatooine. The Rancor. Drop in the chat, did you feel bad for the Rancor when it died, or did you not? I kind of felt bad for the guy who looked after him. Yoda from Empire Strikes Back. So this is definitely a different take on Yoda. That's for sure. They're in his little hut. I need to rewatch that movie again soon. Tusken Raiders, don't boo. We don't like these guys. This is great. So we got some Phantom Menace representation here. I am just yapping about this. More Phantom Menace. Return of the Jedi, which I am going to be rewatching sometime soon. I have 2 friends who've never seen Star Wars before, so I've been going through them with them. I do show people 1, 2, and 3 first. Do not come for me. There is a method to my madness, and they appreciated it. So I think there's one more wall that I didn't see over here. Yes, BB-8, cutie. R2-D2, C-3PO, once again, different style. And then over here we've got the droidicas, which they are like bad, but they kind of seem a little wimpy once again in the prequels. Droidica is a combination of 2 words from some Star Wars dialect. I can't remember exactly, but they basically mean destroyers, and they're some of the nastiest droids out there. Okay, enough of you having to listen to me talk. Let's head into Launch Bay. I don't even know if I'm entering the right way. Okay, yes. So we've got a few displays over here. Ooh, Star Wars Launch Bay. Let's read the floor. I need to do it like... Okay, I got it. Biblically accurate reading. Star Wars Launch Bay. I feel like I'm kind of doing good. I'm going way too fast, but it's okay. Wait, that was kind of good. Wait. I'm still going. And the music changed as we went. Okay, let's go. We've got one of the speeder bikes here from episode 6. Now, I will say, a lot of people, when they're shown this planet, they're like, oh, it's Endor. It's not. It's the forest moon of Endor, so let's start getting that correctly. And if you watch The Acolyte, there was a scene that I felt like paid tribute to Return of the Jedi because they were on speeders, and it was shot the exact same way as episode 6 was. So I was watching it with a friend and they were like, why did that look so bad? And I was like, because that's how it looked in episode 6. Another reason why I enjoyed The Acolyte. Straight ahead though and down these stairs is Darth Vader, and over here is Chewbacca. Chewbacca is 35, which you can also sometimes see Chewbacca on Batuu as well. And the wait is not always 35 minutes. However, it's not guaranteed, so I do understand why people wait in this line. Let's go meet Darth Vader though. They have Star Wars trivia while we're in line. This is crazy. Anakin's the only human to partake in pod racing, of course. Whom does Yoda refer to as younglings in Attack of the Clones? So, very young Jedi in training, Mace Windu and Ahsoka, Anakin Skywalker, R2-D2. So, a youngling is a very young Jedi in training. These questions need to get a little more difficult. The younglings, how do the B-1 battle droids typically acknowledge an order they have received? Roger, Roger. Can you kind of see it? Oh, how does Obi-Wan survive his encounter with Savage Opress and Darth Maul on Raydonia? This was when we just found out that Darth Maul is alive again in the Clone Wars. He escapes. He gets off that planet. He doesn't really care that much. He's got bigger fish to fry. Oh, I'm turning the screen. I'm so sorry. But that was a crazy episode. I'm so glad they did bring Darth Maul back, though. He is one of my favorite characters in the Clone War. So what does AT-AT stand for? This is going to be all-terrain armored transport, because they can basically walk anywhere on any planet. They get attached to the ships, and then the ships can fly in and drop them. All-terrain armored transport. Okay, I'm next for Vader. Hello.
I sense that you are near.
Yes.
Join
Thank you. Big fan.
next to me.
Okay. Big fan of your work.
Most impressive.
Yes.
There is loyalty in you. Admirable trait.
Very loyal.
Ensure that it is not misplaced.
Don't worry about it.
All
Lips are
right.
sealed.
Scans complete.
Lovely. Thank you, Vader. Very nice meeting
You may
you.
go. When your time comes, we will find you.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'll page the Death Star. Thank you
The
very much.
Empire thanks you for your support.
Of course. Count on me. Okay, bye. Bye. Wait, because I didn't know what to say. That was really embarrassing. I'm usually so much better at that than I just was. Wow. I embarrassed myself. I think we vibed with each other. I think he wanted to keep me around a little bit. He said he would be in touch. I said, please. I also got a chance to recreate the same photo I took with Hayden Christensen. Dude, I didn't even ask him to do that. I had to do my hand the same way. If you know, you know. Finally met Vader. That was a huge thing to check off my list. I think we're good to head to Batuu now. And on the way out, this is the last room we have to explore. So this is the Celebration Gallery. We've got a model of the Death Star. We've got a model of a Star Destroyer down here. Love these. Then we got some Rebel transports over here. I think my favorite is gonna have to be a TIE Fighter though, which is not Rebel. It's not with the Rebel Alliance, but I just love the look of the TIE Fighters and their sound. Oh, it's one of my favorite Star Wars sounds, aside from Darth Vader breathing. Okay, we're heading to Galaxy's Edge now, but I need some food. I have not eaten anything today. I'm going to place a mobile order for ABC Commissary because it's right here. I'm clicking I'm here just since I'm 30 seconds away from it. I went ahead and got the buffalo chicken grilled cheese. It's just consistently good, and I need to eat something so I don't pass out in Galaxy's Edge. And right as I'm walking up, the mobile order is ready. So instead of waiting in this line to order and then have to wait for the food, I am gonna go straight up to pickup number 1 and grab it. Mobile order is such a hidden gem. Hi there, 7555. my buffalo chicken grilled cheese, and instead of fries, I got apple slices. After tax, this was $13.62. So let's talk for a minute, then I'm gonna eat. Disney has been announcing a lot of new things in the past day, 24 hours. First off, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin is getting redone. Not entirely, it's more so just a refurb on the guns and the targets, which I think is long overdue. I'm wondering how that will affect becoming a galactic hero, if it'll make it easier, if it'll make it more difficult. Hopefully though, you'll be able to see your laser a little more accurately and where it's going to hit. Also on top of that, we have 2 new shows opening at Hollywood Studios on May 27th. We have the Villain Show that is replacing the Lightning McQueen show by Rock and Roller Coaster. And then we also have The Little Mermaid. It used to be Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and it went away before COVID, never came back. It's now coming back as The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. So it's going to be redone. There's going to be a lot of puppets in it. So I'm excited that Hollywood Studios is getting some more live entertainment. I think that is what makes Disney so great. And Hollywood Studios needs some more things until Monsters Inc. Land opens up. I wish Hollywood Studios was getting Cars Land and Monsters Inc., but that's not happening. It's okay. So it doesn't make sense to have a Cars show next to Rock and Roller Coaster. It will make more sense to have Cars things in Magic Kingdom, but they have yet to break ground for that expansion. I will say though, it is a little strange because Rock and Roller Coaster is about to be redone into Muppets, if you didn't hear that. And having the villains right next to the Muppets is kind of hysterical, but it also doesn't make much sense. So curious to see how all of that comes together and adds up. But that's basically like having Launch Bay and then having Galaxy's Edge as well. But I'm gonna eat and then we're gonna head to Galaxy's Edge, like I've said 97 times this video. Can we get a count on that? All right, so no Darth Vader on Batuu. We are now entering the 7, 8, 9 kind of timeline. The sequels, I don't know if you can tell, that is the wait for Rise of the Resistance. That's an insanely long wait. I bet that's posted 115 minutes. Posted at 85, I don't buy it. I haven't seen the line like this in a long time. We are not really doing rides though. I kind of just want to walk around a little bit. I would love to see Mando and Grogu, but if not, Rey for sure. Now, right over here before you go into the marketplace, this is usually where Mando and Grogu come out and say hi. So they're not out right now. I don't even think they have posted times. I think they just come and go as they please. But if you're ever interested in seeing them, here would be the place to go. But for the holidays, Jollywood, they had them out and about more towards the canteen area. Well, I retract my previous statement. It is pretty busy here today. Okay, something I don't think I've ever pointed out before too. If you look up here at this cargo ship, let me zoom in on it. So right up there, you should see 2 sets of numbers, 77 over here, and then on this side, you see 83. Those are up there in reference to the release date of A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, which I think is such a fun detail. I was lucky enough to win a backstage tour of Smuggler's Run, and they told us a lot of really neat stuff. Now, this is so hard to see, but if you look on the Falcon, hiding in this little crevice is a tiny Millennium Falcon. It may be a little easier to see if you're taller and you're in person, but it's hiding right above this rod. I thought that was so cool. It's something I've never noticed in all my years of coming here, and I stare at the ship a lot. Also, all the writing that you see is all language. It's Arabic. I believe the spoken language here is Batiste, but then Arabic is the written language, and it all works together. It spells out words. So when I went through the queue for the tour, they were telling us all about it. It's really so immersive and so incredibly done. There is a lot going on right now. Vi and Rey are over here. Chewbacca is over here meeting people. It's kind of crazy right now. Something they also showed us on the tour is right up here. This is Oga's apartment, and no one ever goes in there. If you do, you're in big trouble. So you don't want to ever have to go up to Oga's apartment. It's obviously right next to her cantina down here. No activity really over here with the First Order. Let's go ahead and get in line for either blue or green milk. I haven't decided yet, but it's been too long since I've had this. Okay, they have a new drink here. I think I'm gonna try this. It's basically the blue milk with jelly and nerds. Well, it's a very pretty drink. I'll give it that. It's gonna just taste like the blue milk, but be $3 more expensive. But it's okay, I like nerds.
You will await further orders. I will see this outpost for myself.
Move. Understood, sir. Move aside, travelers.
Look at this one up here. Oh. I was trying to be nice.
We've got eyes on you.
But this is pretty cool because Kylo Ren, there's no meet and greet line for him. He calls you up. It's kind of like how Mandalorian works. Mandalorian, it's also not a line. He has to tell you to approach. Kind of following them a little bit, just from a distance to observe. Honestly, this is still great. I think blue milk is my favorite. I think I prefer it over green. Now, if anyone is wondering and doesn't know, the nerds have kind of all made their way to the bottom and are clogging up my straw a little bit. However, blue and green milk is not actual milk, if anyone is wondering. It's like a light, fruity slush, almost, I would say. They're really good. You should try them if you haven't. Guys, I was so wrong. Look, they have Mando and Grogu over here, too. This is so cool.
Hello, friend. A band of travelers.
Look, it's got
Hello, Grogu.
Look how cute. I love that Mando is out walking around with Grogu. This has to be kind of a new thing that they're doing. He usually just meets where I showed, takes a few holo scans, and then dips out. I love that they have him walking around more because Grogu is so cute. Now he's kind of coming back to his spot. Look, and there's Grogu.
You're safe.
Thank you.
You wield a saber.
And there he goes. So it looks like he just did some roaming around Batuu, and now he's headed back. He said we're safe though, guys. Mando saved the day. All right, I am going to go ahead and make my way out of Batuu. Let's go find maybe a table at Pizza Rizzo since it's about to go extinct. Talk for a little bit. It's pretty crazy to think that soon this entire place is going to be Monstropolis. No one really ever comes up here. Yeah, there's 2 people. I have to say, I think that was an extremely successful Hollywood Studios Star Wars day. I am so glad I spent more time in Launch Bay. I need to go there more often. Met Darth Vader for the first time. Got to see the Revenge of the Sith poster. So we've got under a month until Revenge of the Sith drops in theaters. I cannot wait. I'm going to be there literally all 7 days. And then heading over to Batuu. We didn't really meet anyone, but we saw basically everyone. And I was only on Batuu for like 30 minutes. We saw Rey, we saw Chewie, we saw Stormtroopers, we saw Kylo, we saw Mando, we saw Grogu. And we saw Vi. That's everyone. So Batuu had a lot going on. I would say characters are a lot more frequent on Batuu as of recent. I just feel like I'm always running into them, whereas maybe 6 months ago, it was a lot harder to. You kind of had to linger for a while to run into someone. But now there's something going on around every single corner of Batuu. I'm trying to spend as much time also in the Muppets area as I can before it closes for good. I'm not a Muppets stan, but I do sympathize for those who are losing it and are sad about it. I'm here by myself. I had such a fun day. It just goes to show you that solo days at Disney can be just as magical and fun as days where you're with your family or your friends. And honestly, when you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want without feeling pressure. It also just shows you too, I did 0 rides today and still had the best time. That's something that becoming a local and an annual pass holder has taught me. You don't have to do the rides to have fun at Disney World. I am going to need Oga's Cantina to do a Star Wars trivia night. Mickey Mouse, if you're listening, listen, this is genius. Have an exclusive night. It can be a separate ticket. I don't care. I'll pay another $150. Make an Oga's trivia night that takes place in Oga's Cantina, where you come in. If it's a fixed price, then you can maybe get a certain number of drinks, and they do trivia, and there's a prize for the winner. That prize can be anything you want it to be. I think that would be so much fun. I didn't realize that they had the trivia at Launch Bay. That's such a great way to entertain people while they're waiting in a line. And I was actually really impressed by the questions they asked. I just thought it was going to be like 4, 5, and 6. What planet is Luke from? But they had a lot of Clone Wars Rebels questions, so that was a lot of fun. But yes, Oga's Trivia Night, I think, would genuinely be the best time. But with that being said, I think that's all for today's video. Thank you guys for joining me on my solo day, so I guess I wasn't entirely alone. This was a lot of just yapping today, so I apologize. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss my next videos, and I will see you next time.